Our focus is on hen welfare. And when we go to a lot of trouble looking after the hens, and if we've got happy hens, we're getting good eggs. Well, this is my multi-tier shed. It is designed more with the bird in mind than the stockman. Inside the shed, there's all the multi-tier has is a number of different levels for the birds to perch on. But the welfare and happiness is just the same as any other system of free-range production. What we're doing with multi-tier is trying to maximize the hen welfare. Well, this is what I think the main benefit of the multi-tier system is. The birds have access to the floor, right underneath the system as well. And then you've got 2 layers of perching. And it just allows the bird to express his natural instinct of roasting up a height to get away from predators. So generally we find during the day, the birds are quite active on the floor. If you came in at 9 o'clock tonight, there wouldn't be any birds on the floor. They're all up on the tops part of the system. During the day, they're going between the 3 levels. This level is quite dimly lit with LED lights. And that provides quite a nice, comfortable environment for it. It feels quite secure. It's got a low roof. And then at the top, so the more dominant birds can get up there and exert their dominance by being king of the castle. Another benefit of the multi-tier is that it's not easy to keep the floor litter dry because the hens like to scratch amongst this litter. And it's part of their natural instinct to scratch. In this particular design of multi-tier, all the feeders and drinkers are on this level. And the second level, this is the feeder trough, and the water is enclosed, community here, so that you can have a little drink whenever they want. As I often think it's a bit like being a headmaster of a comprehensive school. You've got your high flyers that will. They're gonna lay eggs no matter what. But I've got to get the underachievers to achieve. And I think the system helps me to do that. We're looking at it through a different set of eyes to what the hen looks at it. When we think this is quite crowded, but because the hen, it's quite easy for it to go up and down in different levels. So think, as far as the hens are concerned, they prefer this environment because they do tend to prefer to the quite gregarious that tend to form groups. They all seem to have the different times when they like to be outside. Some of the birds go out straight away in the morning. It tends to work around feeding times. When the feeders run, most of the birds will come in and feed. And then, I think they just decide to have a scratch around. Have a look about them, go. I'll go outside for a bit. But if we make the outside as attractive as possible, it obviously helps to get them out. They have 20 acres of woodland to wander around in. I planted all the trees myself. And there was some existing hedgerows, but not enough to give the birds a good environment. So we've increased the number of trees, and that encouraged the birds to come out. And I think it's all this attention to detail, and that comes from probably a passion for what we do. We really enjoy looking after the hens. It just gives you a nice feeling, gives you a lot of job satisfaction when you know you're doing the job well. Hens are happy, egg quality is good. Your customers are happy, you know. You even get a happy farmer. There's not many of them about, is there? My family has had free-range chickens before I was even born. Our first shed went up maybe 25 years ago. Always free-range. We've always thought the best way to treat a chicken. You can see them ranging behind me. They're happy outside that. That's where they're naturally at their happiest. So we're sort of like a traditional farm. So we've got cattle, arable land, and poultry, and they all really work well together. The chicken muck and the cattle muck gets spread on the arable land, and then the straw that comes in from the arable land comes to bed at poultry houses and feed the cattle. They feel safe with the cattle. There's no sort of predators coming near. The foxes don't like the cattle, so the chickens feel happy to come out. So the chickens have some specialized areas within some fencing to keep the cattle away. These contain trees and also the play kits, which the hens like to perch on and dust bathe in. It's just so the cows don't go in and break the chickens' play kits, which they will do. They're stronger than they think. They can go and do some damage. So the chickens can just go in there, sort of areas within the field, and just chill out on their own and have a good play. I think the white hens are a little bit more fussy when it comes to weather conditions. When it's too hot, when it's too cold. If it's raining, if it's too windy. Our hens don't like to come outside too much. But when the conditions are just right, they all love to come out. Another difference with a white bird compared to a brown bird is, as you can see, they have a lovely big bright red comb. This acts as a natural sort of heat controller. When they're too hot, all the blood rushes to their comb, and it turns bright red. And when they're a little bit cold, all the blood comes away into their body. So it turns a little bit more paler, and the white birds are very good at controlling their own body temperature. So that's a good thing. Our white hens lay white eggs, whereas brown hens lay brown eggs. There's slight variations in the egg. Some say the yolks are that much richer. And it's a fact that the dry matter content is higher within a white egg, so there's less airspace within the actual egg itself. Why we wanted to become a happy egg farm? Because we dislike the whole ethos behind. Happy hens lay tasty eggs. I mean, it's true. I mean, the happier you treat an animal, the happier it is and the more eggs it lays, which is good for us, the farmer, and it's good for the consumer as well, because they get a good product at the end of the day.